We love you and thank you for being a part of a amazing family. We love you and thank you for being a part of a amazing family. We love you and thank you for being a part of a amazing family. We love you and thank you for being a part of amazing family. We love you and thank you for being a part of amazing family. I love you so much, you powerful, amazing leaders. Yes, talk about love leadership. That's what we represent. We are the lit leaders of legacy. We are leading love in all areas of life, globally, in every area of life. And let me tell you, the power of that love and energy is growing. So, if anyone hasn't said this to you today, let me remind you. We love you and thank you for being a part of a amazing family. We love you and thank you for being a part of a amazing family. Woo! Yay! Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! All right. So I'm super excited to be here with you, to share with you, because I want to talk to you about relationships, and not just about relationships. And yes, we are Jilly Willy. We are the Love the Liddy Committee. And we are here today. And we are here to lift up the energy. That's what we're about. We don't play in lower dimensional fields. We don't go downstairs into the basement. That's not how we do it. We go high level energy, love vibration energy. So, relationships. It's a very fascinating thing when we think about relationships, and not just relationships that we get into, but relationships with people in general, like how we interact with people on a social level, how we connect on a social level as we are here on this earth, this very sacred, powerful, amazing place called Earth that we get to all be a part of at this time in our soul journey. So I wanted to talk about how, you know, we are lifting the vibrational energy. And I want to get into that a little bit with you because I think it's a very important topic. And then we can go in and do some healings and have some fun. And so I really think it's important for us to share time together. And I really appreciate you being here and sharing this time with me as well. I read your book, and I would like to ask you to ask Spirit to help me with my own home and loving husband. Okay, well, we're not going to go into the healings right away, but first we're going to have a little discussion about relationships. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so the thing about relationships is that a lot of times people don't realize that when they're in relationships, they're actually attracting energies to show up and to give them an opportunity to demonstrate higher love energy for themselves, right? So if there's this dysfunctional energies that are coming in, and let me explain to you what dysfunctional energy is. Dysfunctional energy means that, let's say you're in a relationship with someone, or you have a friend or something, and that friend calls you a name, okay, or puts you down, or puts your dreams down, or says any of these types of things, right? That means that that person who is saying those things doesn't really understand that they are only reflecting the way in which they show up for love for themselves. And the fact of the matter is, if you are shocked by that, or if you are feeling this feeling of, oh, how could they have said that to me? I'm such a good person, or how could they do that to me, or any of these types of things, right? That's because it means that you have to raise your vibrational love frequency. That means that the love frequency that you're at the present moment isn't high enough that because when you are being confronted by anyone on planet Earth and you have to take time to actually analyze why they're acting that way or go do your research, like you put on your detective cap and you're like, why are they treating me this way? How could my family have done this to me? How could this person do this to me? And all of these different things. It's because you're still not seeing from your truth, which is raising your vibrational love frequency. Because when you raise your vibrational love frequency, let me tell you what happens. Okay? When you raise your love vibrational frequency, you don't respond anymore with trying to do investigative work and trying to figure out why someone's acting that way, or trying to put on your thinking cap, or how could they do this to me, and all this kind of stuff, or you're in shock, or you're caught off guard, or you're caught by surprise. No, when you are raising your high vibrational love frequency for yourself, you just go, oh, thank you for showing me who you are, and that's not going to work for me, so this is where now I need to place you in my life. There isn't a how could you do this to me moment, or I need to go and search your emotions and find out what made you make that choice and all that kind of stuff, because there's no need for any of those things, because when you're at a high vibrational love frequency, you just don't have time for the nonsense. And that goes even for the sense of, like, if someone is in a relationship with you and that person calls you a name, like if there was a time in my life where I've been in relationships where people would call me names, and then I would retaliate and call them names and so forth. And I was completely out of sync with the vibrational frequencies that I needed for myself to go up higher. So God was literally saying to me, you need to raise your love bar a little bit higher, because if you're willing to even accept this and still stay in this energy, that means that you yourself are choosing to abuse yourself just by choosing to have someone in your energy that would do something like that to you. You see? So I had to raise my love bar, right? I had to go, and when I raised my love bar, something changed in me. It's like that song. Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I felt like I was in the play Wicked when Elphaba realizes her powers and she realizes that she doesn't have to put up with this nonsense anymore, right? So that feeling of knowing that it's time to try and find gravity, right? And when you defy that gravity, that means that you go up with your love bar of who you are. You go, and you raise it up. And what happened when I raised it up, I looked at my relationship that I was in and I said, I gotta go. I gotta go. I don't care what it takes to get out of this. I gotta go. Take everything you want. Take it all. I don't care. Whatever you want, take it. Here's some money. Take a trip. Do this. Whatever you got to do. Just, I got to go. I got to get out of here. Right? I can't be in this type of relationship with you. Because at that moment, I realized that I can't be in that energy and feel okay anymore. You see? And there's no need to fight or bicker or argue or any of these things. And when I raised my vibrational love meter, what happened was all my relationships started changing. Because soon as I used to have friends who would like tell me off or curse me out or say things to me, I had to let them go. Friends who didn't really put energy into my life, you got to go. People who didn't really care about me, but only cared about what they could get from me, I saw them so clearly because it was time for them to go. Because the way I loved myself would not permit me to allow such nonsense in my life anymore. And so the reason why I'm sharing this with you, my darlings, that's right. Bye, Felicia. It's time to go. I packed your bags for you. You got a one-way ticket out of my door. Because the thing is that when you raise your vibrational love frequency, your views on life change. You're not trying to search why people did what they did and look for their emotional things that made them act the way they did and try to blame yourself. What did I do wrong for them to treat me this way? And all this kind of stuff. No, you go straight to, I see. Thank you for sharing with me who you really are, your character, your way you choose to respond and act. I don't tolerate that type of stuff. So it's goodbye, Felicia. It's see you later, Cha Cha. It's our time has come to an end. Our paths are no longer in sync because my love vibration is so high. I could never tolerate anything like that ever again. And so even in my relationship today with my wife, we never call each other names. We never call each other out of name. I wouldn't even say she's stupid or dumb or any kind of name ever, unless it's how amazing you are, how powerful you are, how gifted you are, what a beauty you are. Oh my God, you're so gorgeous. You're so smart. You're such an amazing mother. You're such a powerhouse. I love the way you show up in the world. I'm so appreciative for everything you do. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for being for me to see how beautiful you are today. And if that's not coming out of the person you're with in a relationship's mouth, if one person says one thing to you that has a curse word in it and calls you a name, like people can curse, but if they say that you are MF and you are this and you're a B word and all this kind of stuff, and you're still okay with that sitting in that cesspool of nonsense, that cesspool of darkness, that cesspool of destruction and chaos, no, no. That is the quickest way you will get a one-way ticket out of my life. And it will be faster than you can possibly imagine. That's how fast it will be. Yes. Aw, it's nice to see you, Olison. From Olson, yes. You will get a one-way ticket out of my life because I don't tolerate friends who put me down. I don't tolerate family members who put me down, who say things that are not loving and supportive. Parents too. Oh, trust me, I have no problem separating from my parents. I told my father a long time ago, I said, if you don't learn how to speak with love in your voice to me, then you will not be talking to me. And every time he would get on the phone with me and he would start getting into an irate type of situation where he would start calling me names or saying something or trying to put down my dreams or any kind of this behavior, I would just simply say, Dad, it seems that you're not in the best of spirits right now. So I'm going to have to go. And I wouldn't wait for him to give me permission to hang up. I would just hang up because I have to honor God by honoring me. And when I started to realize that I would never do that to anyone, and I will not have that done to me. I will never in my life say to a friend of mine or to my wife or to my bonus kids or to any family member horrible words and disgusting things coming out of my mouth. And anyone who acts that way, because I constantly am lifting that love vibrational meter in my life, it gets harder and harder for dysfunctional people to show up on my doorstep because they can't, because I'm not the one. You'll get turned away immediately if you're not high vibration energy. And there's a reason why I'm sharing this with you right now, because so many times in life, we make excuses for people's bad behavior. We do. We do. We do. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. There's a lot of you who are listening right now who are probably in a relationship right now that allows that type of behavior. And you come up with 1,001 excuses of why it's okay for you to be degraded, disrespected, not honored, not valued, not seen, not appreciated, and not seen as a gift in someone's life. Because let me tell you something. You are a gift. And maybe people don't realize it yet. And if they don't, then they really don't have a place in your life, because you are an amazing gift that was created by God. There's only one of you. So when God created you, God broke the mold, because there can only be one of you in this time, in this existence. And any part of you that's choosing to hold yourself back because you're seeking some approval by someone outside of yourself to give you permission to be great, or better yet, people who hide their power because they're afraid that people will be mad at them for being so powerful, you got to raise your vibrational love meter, because you should never, ever feel guilty, shameful, or wrong for being so freaking amazing. And let me tell you how God loves you. Because a lot of times people think that God loves you when you like follow rules, or you know you do what God wants you to do. That was all written in by the churches. That was all lies, just so you know. Because God doesn't play in the human game that humans play, called I love you if, I love you when, I love you when you do this. I love you if you become this. That's not how God operates. That's not how spirit operates. Angels don't operate that. Spirit guides don't operate that way. I'm not going to operate that way, because when you call yourself a being of light, you're not sitting there, oh, I'm only friends with you because you have done this or done this or done that. No, I'm friends with you and I love you because you are a beautiful soul, because you were created by the Almighty God of our Mother, Father God, the divine being, however you want to interpret it. Jesus, you can interpret it as Muhammad, you can interpret it whoever you want to interpret it as. God comes in many forms. So even that separation idea is really nonsense when we're all God's children. We're all God people. We're all God people. And as long as you continue to, when we as human beings start to see that we are God people, that means that we all come from God, then maybe we'll stop killing God's people and then claiming that we love God, but then kill God's people. It makes no sense whatsoever, to be honest. And also you'll stop, putting yourself down, because you realize that every time you do that, you're actually putting God down, because you're basically saying God made a mistake by creating you, and God doesn't make mistakes, babes. God just doesn't make mistakes. I love you. God doesn't make mistakes. Doesn't mean that every human being is going to act in their highest interest as according to the light and who they really are, because they may have been hurt or they had horrible things happen to them. And so they're acting out of those behaviors of like, the pain and the hurt that they carry because they haven't surrendered it or confronted it or even looked at it. But it doesn't mean you have to put up with any type of abuse or nonsense or energies that are aggressive or despairing, because you are a quote unquote good person and you want to be a good person. That means that you choose to stay in that mud and that muck and that darkness for the sake of I don't know. Is it because you think you can save someone if you stay there long enough and take enough beatings that you could stay in that darkness and continue to feel good about yourself? Do you actually think God feels good that someone calls you a name? Do you think God is enjoying that God's creation is being degraded and defiled with words and with actions that do not dictate love and kindness and generosity and nurturing and beauty and all of the beautiful things that represents the divine? You see, the divine wants you to raise your vibrational love meter so that you raise the vibrational way in which you interact with everything in life. You cannot expect spirit to bring all these amazing blessings in your life when all you're constantly doing is demonstrating that you are okay with settling for less. You cannot settle for less anymore. Does that open up some consciousness for you? Because it's time, my darlings. It's time for us to be very clear about the types of energies that we want to surround ourselves with energetically and allow within our lives from this day forth. And don't you want to have a good life? Don't you want to be surrounded by people who love and adore you authentically? Don't you want to be lifted every time someone opens their mouth and speaks to you? Don't you want to be able to see that the reflections of people that you surround yourself with are reflections of God's love for you? I know I do. And I've spent a huge portion of my life learning this awareness, this remembrance of remembering what love is, what love feels like, what love acts like, remembering because it's important. So the first key to actually being able to be mindful in this awareness is to look at your life and ask yourself, where in your life are you settling for low vibrational energy? Where in your life are you doing that? Where in your life are you tolerating someone calling you names and yelling at you, arguing with you, and you participating in the nonsense just because you think that represents you loving them? That's not love. And if you think that's love, then you need to go through the school of love and recognize that that's not love. And if you're married to someone who treats you that way, why do you stay in that marriage instead of allow God to bring into your life your true mate? You know, a long time ago, I was in a dysfunctional relationship, and I used to say to God, you know, um, God wanted me to be happy. And I felt trapped in that relationship because at that time I was in that relationship, my health wasn't so great. And the person was very volatile and very much manipulative in the sense of trying to keep me from feeling like I can do it on my own, like I could go out and be okay, even though I was having health issues. And so I stayed there because I felt like, oh, they're taking care of me and I'm safe and so forth. So it's okay if I put up with this energy, right? And and then I got to pray a lot every day, asking God. And God said to me, the reason why you're dealing with all this abuse is because you have not raised your vibration of love for yourself. So you're tolerating it. And I had to look at that. I had to look at, why am I tolerating abuse? And it's because I didn't raise my love vibration, right? I didn't raise my love vibration that gives me the ability to change how I actually associate to life and what I actually think is valid and what is invalid, what is welcome into my sacred space and what is not. And I realized that the moment I decided to raise my vibration of love, meaning raise my vibration of love, which means, raise my stock, right? My vibrational love stock, right? If we want to look at it in like a bar, like a meter, it's like, right? And so what happened was, when I raised my vibrational love meter, the person that I was with could not be around me anymore. They're like, I need to get away from you, because my vibration was moving at such a frequency, it made them uncomfortable. And they would have breakdowns and breakdowns around me. And I said finally to them, I said, we have to go our own ways. We have to go our own ways because I can never be with you again. And they thought that we were going to, get married and have a family. And I was like, I would never marry someone who acts this way. And I would never want to have kids with someone who acts this way, because I would never want to subject any child to that. Being the fact that I grew up in an abusive home, why would I want to subject the child that the misery that I went through and continue it? I want to break these ancestral chains. I want to put an end to this nonsense. And so, what do? I raise my vibrational love meter. And the moment I did, it was like I had no fear of going away from this relationship. It was almost like the clouds had parted. It was like Moses taking a staff and the sea is parted, and I can now head to the promised land. And I let go of realizing that just because I went through abuse as a child, and because I created it again, because my vibrational love was not so high, when I raised it, my values of life changed. How I receive things changed, and how the universe brought things to me changed. Right? And it changes on such a huge level. It changes from how you receive prosperity in your life, how things show up for you, what types of people you get connected to, what types of events you go to, what types of people you connect with. I can't even sit on a table with people if they start complaining and they start talking about negative things. I just go ahead and pick up my napkin, contact the person, the server, and say, "I'm sorry, I'd like to get my check." And people say, "What's wrong? Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "No, it's not okay." I choose not to be in a vibration of just complaining and gossiping and so forth. So I'm going to leave this dinner. And unless you guys want to talk about something that's more uplifting and empowering, I'm going to leave this dinner. I'm going to leave this lunch. I'm not going to sit here and subject my ears or my body or my cells or any part of my being to this low vibrational frequency, because that's not, I raised my love meter, and my love meter is telling me danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger, danger, degradation at 85%, degradation at 85%, damage at 75%. Yeah. That's what happens. Because you think you're just sitting in it. You think you're just sitting in it and it's not affecting you because the person said, "I'm sorry," or they're going to go and get help. But let me tell you something, okay? And I want to really dial this in for you. If someone really wants to get help, they're not going to tell you they're going to get help. They're going to go get help, and then they're going to show you that they got the help and that they're getting the help. Maybe they tell you after they went to several sessions with a therapist or a healer, or they've gone on an ayahuasca ceremony or something. I mean, do something, you know? But just saying, "Oh, I'm going to do something about it," and then they do nothing about it. I used to be in a relationship, in this dysfunctional relationship, where I would go to get counseling, and the counselor would be like, "You're the only one who's doing the exercises. The other person's not doing anything." And then I would think, "Oh, you know what? They're always happy when I buy them something." So I would take them shopping and take them on vacations and buy them a new car and buy them new things and whatever. And they would be happy and say, "Oh, I love you. I love you so much. You're so amazing." And oh, they're having a great time getting spa treatments at the beautiful places that I would take them. And then soon as we come home, 1 week later, after that amazing vacation we had, an amazing shopping spree, the drama instills. And I realize that's not going to change because of me buying them something or going on a vacation with them. You know, it's not going to change until they actually demonstrate that they actually want to change. And they're just telling me they want to change, but they're not really taking the action to change. So I had to raise my vibrational love meter. And when I did, I realized they never were going to change. And so I walked away. And what it did was it gave me clarity on a lot of things in my life, on people. I started to look at my friends, and I started to look at my friends and watch how my friends talk to me. And when my friends would get into a place where they felt like they could call me a name, I would show them the door. There would be no questions asked. It wouldn't be a matter of, like you're a bad person or anything like this nature. It would just be that that's not the vibration that I associate with. So I have to say goodbye. I love you. And then I just, I leave. And that's the way it is, and I've had to do that with family members as well. Because I tried and tried and tried with family, and the same thing happened. And you get to a point in your life where you think, "Oh, I don't want to do that to a family member. I don't want to do that to that person." But then you would rather have it done to you and God. Because you say you're a spiritual being and you say you love God, but let me tell you some truths about God, okay? And I'm going to really just drop it on you like it's hot. I don't care if you grew up in a religious family and your family went to church or they went to mosque or they went to synagogue or whatever it is, they chanted Namiho Renge Kyo. I don't really care what it is, okay? If they are not kind and loving and supportive of your dreams and nurturing you, and every time they spend time with you, they're not lifting you, holding you in the highest light and standing by your side and supporting you and acknowledging all the great things about you. If they ever open their mouth and say something rude to you or put you down, and then, but they still go to church and they still go to these chanting ceremonies and they do yoga and they, because I have met a lot of yoga teachers. I even wrote an article about it in Huffington Post called "Just Because You Practice Yoga Doesn't Mean You're Not an Asshole." Because a lot of people think just because they do yoga, they're not assholes, and they are. So there, you can be, doing chanting or going to yoga. You could be going to church and praising Jesus and going bowing to Mecca, and you could be, going to synagogue and, reading the Torah and going to Kabbalah Center, and you can be doing all these things. But if you open your mouth and you say a curse word to me, you can curse all you want, but if you call me a name, you put me down, you put down my dreams, you find ways to gossip about me, you talk bad about me, you believe the lies that people tell you about me, you are not a child that is serving the light. You are not a lover of God on any level. There is no way you love God. And you can sit here and you can sit here and you can tell me every verse from the Bible. You can tell me every verse from the Quran. You can read to me everything that's in the Torah and the Talmud. You can say whatever you want. But when you put down what God has created, you are not a lover of God. And if you are not getting help and you come and say to someone, I want to change and I want to be different, but you haven't got the help to be different, but you're just saying it, you are full of poo poo, full of shit. I'm going to say it. That's what it is. That's the truth. And as a spiritual being, it is important for us to weed through the nonsense, to know the difference between diamonds and stones. Diamonds and stones. Because people will have you believing that because they went to church or they are this religious person, that they are holier than thou and that they are righteous, and have you feeling guilty that you did something wrong. I'm sorry. If someone makes you feel bad, oh, we're not angry. No one's angry, darling. When someone makes you feel bad about something, someone makes you feel that your dreams aren't possible, when someone puts you down, when someone tries to attack you, when someone is doing these things, let them do it. Because they're not hurting you. Only you can hurt you by taking on that energy. But when you raise your love vibration, you look at that energy and you're like, I don't have time for that. I'm doing things. I'm making things happen in the world. I'm touching the lives of people. I'm loving on people. I'm having time with my family and with my wife or husband or boyfriend or girlfriend and my friends who I'm enjoying beautiful intellectual dinners and enjoying beautiful moments in nature and having fun and doing all kinds of fun things. I'm here to enjoy life and create heaven on earth. I am not here to participate in that because my love vibration tells me to block, to not even put energy on it. I just simply say, oh, I don't need to try to figure out why you did what you did. I don't feel betrayed by you. You only betrayed yourself. And you took yourself out of my good graces because you would be blessed and you would be getting loved up and you would be getting so much of my generosity if you were to be a loyal, loving, kind, generous human being. But because you choose not to be, I now have to place you in the space of, I don't have time for that. And that's where you'll stay until you decide to evolve. And it's not going to be me trying to save you to evolve. I'm not going to step into the darkness. I'm not going to go downstairs into the basement and sit in darkness and hope that you'll come out of that basement by the time that I turn old and gray. That's not going to happen. No way, no sir, no way, Bob. Mm-mm. I am going to surround myself with beings who know that they are God people and that they love God people and that they love to celebrate success in themselves and in the people around them. And people love to support one another and help each other and be there for one another so that everyone can rise together and be successful. Not I'm successful and have lots of money and everyone else is sitting on the bottom. No, it's let's rise together. Let's lift together, you know? And so I think that's really important. Uh, when we start to understand raising this meter of love, we want to raise the bar of love, right? We want to go, and the vibration, we want it so high that we have no time for no nonsense. Not even a spirit can come and whisper in your head, oh, you're an idiot. Oh, you're fat. Oh, you're never going to make it. Oh, remember what happened when you were a kid? Oh, you're not good enough. That won't even phase you. You won't even be phased by such nonsense because your vibrational love meter is high. And if you are phased by those nonsenses, yeah, right? That means you need to raise up your meter. And you'll see the difference. You'll see. Even how you see yourself financially, you'll be like, what you're paying me what? Yeah, no, I'm sorry, my skills, my gifts, and the time that I've placed into all of that, and all the years of study and the years of sacrifice that I put into being who I am, deserves this. And that's what I'm going to get paid. And there will be those who will pay it. And if you don't, then you don't get this amazing privilege to be in that space. And you'll start raising your bar there. You'll raise your bar on conversations, on dinners and lunches. You'll raise your bar in relationships. You'll raise your bar with the type of people that you associate with. It will just go up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And let me tell you something. It's not about the wealthy people because I know a lot of wealthy people whose bars are way low, baby. Okay. It's about those who are inspired and open to receive God's love. It is people who are God people, people who love God with all their heart, people who love God so much that they love you. They love God so much, they love the tree and they love everything that God has created. They love it. That is the type of energies. That is the type of energies we want to surround ourselves with energetically. People who love God so much, they love and accept you unconditionally. Because I can love all those haters, but I don't have to break bread with them. I don't have to invite them near my bonus children. I don't need to bring them close to me and my wife. I don't need to sit on the table and listen to them. I have people even people out there in the world who want to have an interview with me, who have never met me and talk bad about me, but they'll never sit down with me ever because they've never shown me the respect and the kindness that would forward me to take time out of my schedule to sit down in their presence. I had situations where people have sat down with me in interviews and they say something out of their mouth. And if I feel that it is a degrading thing that's degrading me and God, I will get up and walk out because I do not participate in anything that degrades God. And that means degrading me and you and degrading all of God's children. That is a no-go at all on any level. So you're probably saying, Shaman Durek, why are you sharing this with us? I'm sharing this with you because we are coming into a time right now where we're moving into fall. We're moving into the time of darkness before the light comes of next year. Next year is going to be a very powerful year for all of you. It's going to be a year where new opportunities, new beginnings, new experiences come in that are going to take you to a higher level. But to get that, to make sure that that's your year, I don't care what anyone says, regardless. I know what's happening for the leaders of legacy. I'm sharing this with you so that you can make preparation to prepare yourself for all that is coming into your life, because God wants to pour more into your life. God wants to pour more into your being, but God cannot pour more into your being if you have an incorrect way of thinking about God, which is the way that they made you believe that God would punish you, God would judge you, God would send you to hell. That is a creation by a system that wants you to be afraid of yourself because you are a child of God. If you're afraid of your creator, then you will also be afraid of yourself. So right there, that is not what I'm talking about. I am talking about the all-loving God that has never judged you, never punished you, and always holds space for you, along with all the angels, the divine masters, all the principalities, all the different beings of light that hold space for you every day and are waiting for you to ask for assistance and support in every aspect of your life. That's what I'm talking about. The ones who are every single day waiting for you to think and say the right things so they can bring the right things into your life. Because again, remember this. If you're so quick in receiving things that are not loving and supportive and pleasing to you at a high level because you're taking stuff at a low level, how do you expect God to bring all these really good things into you while you're sitting in the bottom of a basement in darkness? God can't. So God waits for you to climb up those stairs and receive that which is already inherently yours. As we say, as above, so below. What is yours has already been made yours already in heaven as it is here on earth. For you to even think less of that, to think that you actually have to work or do something or prove something to God in order to be worthy of God's love, is in itself malfunction in thinking. In itself, malfunction in thinking. If you have to take your mind away from how great and amazing you are because of something someone else said or did that makes you think less of yourself, you have malfunction in thinking. And you have to apologize for thinking so incorrectly. Don't beat up on yourself when you do it. Just a simple, I'm sorry, I had malfunction in thinking. I should have never thought that way about you. Because you are a gift among a gift among a gift. That's where illness comes from. Well, not all illnesses come from that. Some illnesses, and that's true, yes, but some illnesses come from people who are just really emotional people. And they pick up on empathic frequencies from the world suffering, the wars, the pain, the hurt, the sadness, the despair, and everything. And they pull it into their body. And that energy then creates a high level of cortisol in their system and high level of acidic inflammation. The list goes on. And then the body starts to break down over a period of time if that energy isn't cleared. You see? So, dis-ease, as we talk about it, because I know, because I've experienced and keep going through that challenge of transmuting disease and sickness and so forth. And I'm still in that process of learning how to really master that understanding. So, just to give you some ideas around it, a lot of I remember when I was a kid and I had chronic asthma, and I would wheeze all the time. And then one day I realized that the reason why I was having asthma was because I felt suffocated. by my family, by the people around me. I felt like I didn't have a voice. I didn't have a self. I felt like everything was based on what they wanted, how they wanted it. And they used fear and they used terror to make me feel like I have to submit to what they wanted or something bad was going to happen to me. So as a young kid, I already felt all of that. And I started to develop asthma. I felt like I couldn't breathe. And when I started really training in shamanism and really started getting into my early years of training in shamanism, and I started to go into a space of, going in and like, what is this? Like, why is that there? And it was because I literally felt suffocated from the inside, and it was projecting itself through my body as asthma. And so I started to take my power back. I started claiming my power, looking at where I was giving my power away, what fears and terrors I had over people hurting me and, being bullied at school and having, a father and a stepmom constantly terrorizing me. It's a very scary thing to have that, I look at the Mendez brothers and I look at the things they've gone through and I go, oh my God, my sister and I have gone through 20 times worse than that, and we're still loving people and so forth. But I feel for people who have gone through those experiences because not everybody has the tools. And thank God I had the shamanic tools and God and spirit and these abilities to be able for me and my sister to hold strong together through all of that, or I wouldn't even be here today because it was so crazy. But what I would say is that what it gave me is an awareness of what I have to figure out how to master this environment while being in that environment. How do I create that space for myself so that I can breathe again? And so I did that. And as I did that, my chronic asthma went away, even though the doctors couldn't explain it, but it did. And that happened with a lot of other things that happened in my life. So again, what we want to look at and take away from this is, and I'm not saying that I'm disregarding anything about Western medicine. I have so much respect for Western medicine, and a lot of my friends who are doctors, and doctors in Western medicine has saved my life in times where I wasn't able to do things for myself. But what we want to look at is we want to look at how we use our resources while being on planet Earth, and not as a victim, as if I have to be okay with this. It's how do I shift away from this? And the first key to shifting away anything is looking at where you are giving your power away and where you are allowing things to affect you in a negative way. And one of the biggest things that you can do in that arena, and this is something really important, is to stop people pleasing. Because when you people please people, you are actually creating a discord with yourself because you're only doing it to be good. And good does not mean that you're good because you people please people. A good person is authentic. I could be authentic and still say that just because you practice yoga doesn't mean you're not an asshole, and still be a spiritual being and still be authentic. I can still be authentic and still be able to go out and have fun with my friends and go party and still be considered a spiritual person, not having to fit myself into these ideas of boxes because that's what people want to see in order to accept me being a shaman. I don't really care if people don't accept me being a shaman. I know who I am and I know what I am. So no one can tell you what you are. You are who you are. Don't ever give anyone that right to decide for you who and what you are. What we have to take into account is how is it that these people have that much power to be able to say something to you like that, and then to make you feel like you have to disregard yourself because of what they say. That's where you have to start looking at and raise your bar from there. You have to ask yourself, why is it that I let other people affect me in such a way when what they say and what they think really has no bearing upon my soul? I came into this world and I'm going to leave this world, and it's nothing to do. What I do while I'm here is up to me, not up to them. right? And so that's where we start to really start taking back our power and recognizing our divinity, recognizing our understanding of being this powerful individual being, right? This sovereign being of infinite potential, but also at the same time being a part of a collective, powerful community of lit leaders of legacy who are on this planet, who are also in this journey of remembering and coming into that. And so, that being said, does that bring some awareness and light to the things that I'm sharing with you? Do you feel like you've gotten some of that that yummy 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 yummy? Did you feel like you're getting some of that good stuff? That stuff that's just gonna light you up, lift you up? Yeah, I'm so happy to hear that. That gives me great joy. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to go into, I'm just going to pick someone and see where it takes us. So we're going to go live with Decor 8. You were chosen to go live with, my darling. And I'm waiting for you to accept that. Oh, and you declined. Okay. So the core 8 declined. So let's see who else comes up for us to go live with. And okay, and then we got me. So I'm going to go live with it's Manasad 50.
Hey, Shaman.
Hello, my darling. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm so grateful you picked me.
It's a pleasure to be here with you, my darling. And how can I best support you at this time?
Well, um, I'm going through some health issues. I have rheumatoid arthritis, and it has been more than a year that I am on cortisons, and I am trying so hard to go through the spiritual healing.
Okay, let's go into the places where you're not being completely honest about what is affecting you. So when we think about rheumatoid arthritis, we're talking about inflammation, right? Inflammation is caused by what we call an agitation that is coming at us. It means that on an emotional, mental, physical level, something is attacking you and making you feel attacked, and you're not dealing with the attack. So now your body is now having to show what this looks like on the physical realm. So my question is, um, do you feel like you're under attack?
I am, yeah.
And who do you feel is attacking you?
Well, um, it's I am from different backgrounds. I came from different backgrounds, and I have been trying to go through healing almost all my life. A
Out with
lot.
spirits, because I don't want to go into a long story. So let me just talk to the spirits directly. Spirits, what exactly is attacking her that's causing the inflammation in her body? So spirit says it has to do with relationships.
Yeah.
Spirit, can you tell me more information in regards to the relationship? Spirit says that you run around doing everything for everyone all the time and that you make no time to live your life because you're living the life of others out of fear that if you're not there for them, something bad is going to happen.
Yeah, very much.
Spirit, what is your counsel on the matter of her starting the healing process for this situation? Spirit says that you have to be completely honest and set clear boundaries without the fear that you are going to be retaliated or you're going to let someone down or disappoint them by not giving them what they want.
Yeah.
And, and Spirit, what has been the situation in the past for her when it has come to taking on that step? Spirit says that you've been afraid to be alone, so you keep yourself hostage.
Oh my gosh, yes, very much.
And Spirit, is it true that she will be alone? She must understand. I'm going to repeat what Spirit just said. She must understand that no human being is alone and that God and Spirit is always with her, but she has to ask for them to support her. When she is thinking of being alone, she's thinking on a physical level. And therefore, because she doesn't realize that it always starts spiritually, she then doesn't feel it inside of her spirit and her emotions. So her emotions are making the decisions for her and not her spirit.
Correct.
Okay.
Like I think like I need to give unconditional love. Okay, those people are treating me this way, or those people will treat me this way, but I have to forgive. I have to just let go. I have to let them be who they are, and I will continue be who I am. But the pain in my body is continuous. Where I was like,
Yeah, but the pain in your body is subjected to the way in which you're treating yourself. So the way that you're treating yourself is every time people do things to you or people are acting that way towards you, you start going and looking for what you did wrong. And when you look for what you did wrong, it's a form of self-punishment.
yeah,
And
yeah,
of punishment is a form of abuse. So it means that you're beating up on yourself and when we think about that from a very spiritual point of view, that manifests as a physical point of view.
okay, yeah, makes sense.
Right? And so that means that you keep feeling guilty. You keep feeling like, what did I do to deserve this? What did I do wrong? You keep trying to bring it back to you instead of just going, those people, that's who they are, but that's not an energy I choose to associate with energetically. And any part of my life, I'm making a decision to live a life abuse free. So I want you to say to your body this right now. Say, body,
Body,
show me what you would feel like if I was to release all forms of abuse out of my life.
show me how does it feel like if I let go all the forms of abuse in my life. It's like my hands did this, and that's where I have pain. I have pain in both hands.
So do you see what? And then say, body,
Body,
if I commit
if I commit
to removing all levels of abuse out of my life,
to removing all level of abuse out of my life,
what will you feel like continuously?
would you feel like continuously? It's like dancing. I feel free.
And notice how your hands feel. And tell me when you feel it even stronger.
Okay. Oh my gosh, it's getting so windy. Yeah.
Do you see the refreshing energy you're feeling in your body?
Yeah, I feel like I feel popping on both hands.
Now, what I want you to do is I want you to hold your hands like this in front of the camera. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create what is called a frequency of no abuse. And I'm going to communicate that to your hands. And I want you to tell me what happens to your hands. Okay. Okay.
It's like playing like piano.
And I'm going to increase the energy in your body now of no abuse on any level. And tell me what starts happening to your body. And tell me when you feel this. And how does that feel, my love?
I think it's tapping me all around. Like I feel a tap all around my body, like a gentle tap.
And how does your muscles feel?
I can work on my muscles. I had, my muscles were getting so weak through the year.
And how does that feel in your hips? Because that's also been an area where you've been carrying stuff.
Yeah, I
So
feel like,
I asked the wind spirits to increase the wind, to give you more of a breath of fresh air, and realizing that that's what life is supposed to feel like, a breath of fresh air. And tell me when you feel the wind increasing.
it is windy.
And how does that feel in your body? Take it in, increase your power. Now, with your eyes open, keep your eyes open and just focus on a life of no abuse. Okay, and just focus on that. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to count down from 10 to 5, 5 being a place where you are feeling what your body feels like when it's not under attack anymore. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Notice how that feels.
Yeah,
Now
I
we're 5 to 1. One being the place where you are living your true life, where you're having fun and enjoying your life without pain or any discomfort in your body, and what that feels like. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I felt I used to have pain on both kidneys area, and when you count it, the first 10 to 5, I felt like I felt my kidneys doing something, some buzzing.
Let's open those energies up even more. We're going to go inside your kidneys. We're going to bring light and energy of love in your kidneys. We're going to go from 1 to 5, 5 being the place where light is sparking inside of your kidneys. Any poisons you're carrying in your body, releasing out of your mouth on up at 5, starting at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Don't cover the mouth. I need the poison out, not in. Thank you. Tell me when that increases. We are now detoxifying your body and, and counting from 5 to 10, increasing more release out of your kidneys and more poison out of your mouth. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Emotional sadness is coming out. All right, we're going to go 3 degrees up to release deeper emotional sadnesses out of your kidneys. And we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. And now we're calling in the angels to take you into a deep soul cry to purify those kidneys. And we're going to count to 5 to call those angels in. And on 5, releasing the deep core energy of sadness out of your body and out of your kidneys. On 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, I love you. Something say I love you.
Yeah, the angels are with you, darling. And do you receive this healing? Just tell me if that's a yes.
Yeah, I do.
Good. We're going to increase the healing now. We're going to access now a higher form of healing. We're going to use Palladian energy because their technology is very advanced. So we're going to access that energy now on 3, on 1, 2, and 3, accessing that energy. And how does that feel, my love?
It feels great. It feels great. I feel hopeful.
Remember, with God, you're always going to be okay, but we always must align our energies with God.
Yeah, I trust him. I,
Good. I'm going to check your spine real quick. I just want to run a check on your spine. So I'm going to go count from 1 to 5. If I find anything in your spine on 5, your body will cough it or yawn it out. Starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Just tell me when that increases. We're just going to clean your spine out for a little bit. Asheo. Good. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it even stronger. And just tell me when you feel it. I'm going to go ahead and count from 1 to 3. And 3, I'm going to open up the access points on your right and left side and tell me if you feel yourself falling backwards. 1, 2, 3.
It's rotating.
Uh-huh. I'm going to increase that rotation on 1, 2, 3. Good. And then we're going to do another one. We're going to bring joy into your kidneys and into your hands, into your places where you've experienced difficulty in the past. So I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And on 5, we're going to access the joy energy in your body. On 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And how does that feel, my darling?
It feels so good.
Good. And we're going to access one more degree of energy. We're going to use the energy fields of blue, pink, and yellow. We're going to access the blue, pink, and yellow energy to generate joy or laughter in your body. We're going to do a count of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There she is.
Yeah, I'm not alone.
You are not alone.
Mm-hmm.
No. No human being is alone. No human being makes their way to Earth alone.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I am not alone. I mean, like, I'm alone in the whole country, but I'm not alone.
You are not
Yeah.
alone.
Thank you very much, Shaman.
It's a pleasure to serve you, my love.
Thank you.
I'll see you soon again.
Okay, thank you. I don't know how to come out.
Oh, there's a little X in the corner, and you just push that little X. Ah, so refreshing, so wonderful. It's such a lovely thing to be able to support and to hold space for our brothers and sisters in love, isn't it? Isn't it wonderful? Absolutely delightful to hold space for our brothers and sisters in light and to speak love and energy and to bring powerful energies into people's bodies and into their hearts and into their minds and to awaken their inner child. Ah, such a great feeling inside, I tell you. Such a wonderful thing, when you really live your truth in your life You really get to truly serve humanity, and that's the greatest gift you could ever do, is to bring something wonderful into someone's life so lovingly, so beautifully. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go over here. We have, it looks like we have a Diosa going live.
Hello.
Hello, my love.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Can you see?
Yes, yeah. Let me see if I can. It's better.
Excellent.
Nice to see you.
A pleasure to see you, my dear. How can I best support you?
I would just love some healing from spirit. Whatever spirit comes to me, I'm grateful for.
Okay, we're going to go into your left eye. Okay, we'll start there. So I'm going to go ahead and count down from 5 to 1. And 1, we're going to go ahead and have spirit access your eye. And you just tell us what sensations you're feeling and what comes up for you. Okay. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I feel like something is trying to take control, but I don't know if it's me that's not allowing it. I don't know if it's.
Oh, no. You're fine. We're going to count 2 more times to release the control spirit from your body. And just tell me if you feel it coming out of your mouth. We're going to do a release from your mouth on 1 and 2.
It feels very open, like open.
And tell me when that increases.
It's increasing.
Good. Tell me when it increases even more. And I'm going to go ahead and keep releasing the control spirit from your body, from the back of your neck and your back, and where it's been feeding off of your throat chakra. So we're going to release the control spirit on number 1. I'm going to start at 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Clearing the control spirit.
I don't know. I was just feeling really like allowing myself to let go.
Yeah.
Like it's
Doing
like
fine.
shaking. I don't know. It's weird. It's like nerves. Like it's all
Yeah.
these nerves.
It is. It is. I can see that. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull up your emotions, because I've noticed that there's some places in your emotions that are being disrupted by something that happened to you. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that up on 3, on 1, 2, and 3. It's okay, my love. Sometimes people take advantage of us in ways that we don't want them to. And it's not your fault. And you've been stuffing it for so long, pretending like it didn't happen. And just let it all go, sweetheart. It's okay.
Oh my god, I'm on a live crying.
Okay? You're surrounded by so many people who love you. It's okay. And now I'm gonna have the angels start to pull away this pain that you've been holding on to. And we're gonna go on 3, on 1, 2, 3 for deep soul cry. Good. And just keep breathing. You're doing fine. The breath helps you process the energy you're experiencing right now. I'm going to go into your chest on 3. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to go into your nervous system where you've been storing all of it that's been affecting you, especially your neck and your shoulders and how you're making things happen in your life. So I'm going to go release that from your nervous system on five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You feel that little bit of shaking going on in your body.
Yeah, I can feel the shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all the nervous tension that your body's been having to hold on to. It's been creating a lot of inflammation in and around your neck, your shoulders, and in your ovaries. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do what is called a purification ring. And it's an old shamanic technique. And just tell me when you feel, if you feel anger or sadness or any of these emotions come up, don't try to stop it. Okay. Even if you get an image in your mind, all right? I'm going to count from 5 to 1 to activate the energies in your body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think I'm feeling a lot of like anger
Yeah,
inside, but it's like
you're
suppressed.
that's it. You felt yourself suppressing it. Okay, I'm going to create a spiral and tell me when you feel it coming up even more and getting to your throat, and then tell me when you feel your throat swallowing to get it out. Now what we're going to do is what we're going to do is called intensified fire. We're going to increase the fire in your body to release more of the anger out of your system. So I'm going to count to 5 to 1 to get the fire going in your body with the help of the spirits. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Like I want to scream, but like I feel like I don't know. I just feel
That's what it makes you feel to scream. So it's good to have a pillow. If you have a pillow, it's good for you to take that pillow and let's scream into that pillow.
yeah.
Because I cannot hold it in. So even though you're on a live with me, who cares? Grab that pillow and let's get go. Let's get it popping.
Yeah.
Get the fire back up. I'm gonna make it even stronger on 1 from 5 to 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe. It's okay. Breathe and scream. It's all right. It's got to come out. We're going to increase ultra. We're going to increase it even more to release all of what happened on to 5 to 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Limbic them memories. We're now going to pull the poison out of your body through either deep yawn, deep cough, or deep breath on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull, spirits. And we're going to pull even stronger spirits on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spirits pulled stronger. We're going to add electricity to her system and shock her body repetitively until more poison releases out of her mouth on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shock her body. Okay, let's go ahead and dial up the electricity and turn up the frequency a little bit higher until it comes all the way up from her stomach and out of her mouth until she coughs it out of her system. Let's go for a throat chakra opening on 1, 2, 3. Spirits, open the throat. Now, shamanic elders, we're going to access the shamanic energy and shake her system and get more out of her throat by infusing her with medicine. Go ahead on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, shamanic elders. While her body is purging, we're going to sing a song to the spirits. Banya mala mana bawanyine gwa na gwa ne wa ne. Dawana na wane gese wana wane wane. Dapa na mawanyine kwa kwe wete kwa da. Good. And now shamanic elders go even deeper on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activate. Going into a deep shamanic experience with the medicine. Dale da wale pa wuku ititi e asana wani nunjuya magwapa uti ye. Ogun, Ogun, e pawari na je, da Shango, da la wana na ye, legua, da wana ya ye, Oshun, e ya maya, bala we ye. Now, shamanic elders, on 3, go deeper into her system, nature spirits, on 1, 2, 3, go deeper into her. Man, when yes, say wa ya, asheo. Another man, iwa ye, asheo. Yes. Yes. Ashe, elders. Ashe, spirits. Ashe. The glory always goes to God.
Thank you. Oh,
You've been far too long, my beloved.
yeah. Oh my God. I need some more. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. My body can't stop shaking. Thank you. I don't know what everyone saw, but I felt that a lot. Oh, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to come on here with you.
And we're just going to open up. So we're going to change the vibrational field in the place that you are right now, so you can create more prosperity and more joy in your being. So we're going to go ahead and access that energy on 10 to 1. That's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I like the energy in your space much better.
It's like someone just came to me and said, "You are divine." It's such a beautiful feeling. Wow. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, good. It's like my lower body's still like, but my upper body's feels good. Thank you.
Pleasure to serve you, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to serve you, and thank you for showing up for allowing me to serve you. It's the greatest gift that I got from God, was to come to earth and serve humanity.
It's real. The sensation I felt, like I've done like a trance dance workshop before, and that was is exact. It feels like your body's going into some kind of trance because you're clearing, or I don't know, it just feels amazing. Thank you. So I have lost for words because I'm just wow.
It's an honor. Thank you, darling, for allowing me to serve you. And we feel so much love, so much joy, so much energy. Life is joyful if you allow it and you choose to see it. Oh, there's so much love around you. All you have to do is open up and let it in. There is so much love around you. Just open up and let it in. Life was never meant to be hard and difficult. No, it wasn't. Life is meant to be filled with joy and love for one another. However, there are some difficulties we'll always overcome. So remember, just remember, you are a star. I love you all so much. And again, there'll be more lives to come. But you know, there's only so much time I can stay on because I have much, much to do. And of course, my wife is coming home and I need to make time for her. And that's the truth. But the truth of the truth is it's been a pleasure and a joy being here with each and every one of you. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here and allowing me to share with you my love. And if you have questions and things that you want to talk about, you can find me on the Lit Vibe Meditation app on Google or even on Apple and subscribe so you can talk to me, give messages, so I can answer your questions. I won't be answering questions anymore on Instagram. I'll be doing it on the Lit Vibe because I am making sure that we are building a community of beautiful lit leaders of light that are joining in resource together on the Lit Vibe Meditation app on the subscription part of the app. So you can ask me questions there and you can share and we can share information there and talk. And you can get lit by accessing the powerful activations there and the videos that I give you hacks so that you can make your life easier and make it filled with more love. So, and if you haven't joined the app yet, and you're still on the fence and you're still doing the freebie stuff and you haven't joined the community, why are you waiting to come home and be with your family? It's only $25. It's not that much money from what we put money to on other times. And the most important thing is that you're giving back to yourself. And the thing is in life, giving back to yourself is not just giving to yourself, it's also giving to your community and giving to the people around you. Because when you start activating these energies on the Lit Vibe Meditation app through the channels that we're creating, if you like what you saw today, you can get all that on the Lit Vibe Meditation app. And when you start activating those energies and you start seeing how it changes your life, the people around you are going to benefit. So what you're actually doing is you're not just investing in yourself, you're investing in everyone around you. So I love you. I'm so happy that God has given me a chance to be on earth and be here for so long on this planet and be able to share 25 a month to share my love with each and every one of you and to remind you how powerful you are and that you can have your life be beautiful in every way. So I look forward to spending more time with you on lives. And if you feel like you want to do some personal stuff with me, you can book a private session. If you want to take some courses, you can go on my shamandurek.com, take some of the shamanic courses that open up your gifts and your abilities, or you can take the 30 days free shamanic training course that is called 30 Days Strong on shamandurek.com. Every single day, I teach you a new shamanic technique. So the choice is yours. But remember, I'm here to serve you and I love you. And I'll see you again because it's not goodbye. It's just a see you later. It's never goodbye. It's just a I'll see you later. It's never goodbye. It's a I will see you later. Alligator. In a wild crocodile, I'll see you later. And I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And also, if you do not know what the Lit Vibe meditation app looks like, it looks like this, with all the hands around like that. And you can join and subscribe and talk to me and a bunch of other members in the community all over the world. I love you, darlings. As you know, I'm very Disney, so that's who I am, and I'm never going to change it. Love you. Mwah. Bye.